So here it is, or at least one part of it, because here I got for you guys the conversational quotes in Alpha Omega, at least the ones between the Primis characters, because as you guys know, we have 8 playable characters in Alpha Omega, and surprise, surprise, we have a lot of conversational quotes, and it's actually ridiculous how many we've got, and it's crazy, you guys wouldn't believe, but regardless, these are only between the Primis characters, and I'll be uploading the ones between the Ultimis characters hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, because I already have all the gameplay of all the conversational quotes. I just need to edit and all that stuff, so whenever I'm done editing, it'll be up. And of course, after the Ultimis conversational quotes, then we'll get to the one that I know everyone's excited for, the ones between Ultimis and Primis. Those conversational quotes, I've already heard them and I just want to get them out as soon as possible. They are really, really good. But also this one's really good for storyline reasons. But regardless, they're all just amazing. But I know this intro is going to be a little bit longer, but I do have to say a couple things is that if you're watching this at a later date or you're just expecting to see the next conversational quotes, obviously subscribing is the best way to do that. But if you're watching at a later date, then go ahead and check the cards and description of this video. Hopefully I'll update it to have all of them down in there or in the card, so that will be a place for you to find it. Of course, you could just click on my channel and find it also, or maybe you could even go to the description, which I know for a fact this is going to be there, but there's going to be a link to a playlist of the Ether storyline Black Ops 4, so they'll all be there. And yeah, but one last thing I want to say is that it took me a ton of time. I've been working on these for pretty much ever since launch. I mean, a few days after that, I've been trying to figure these out and just recording them and getting all the gameplay. So I really, really would appreciate all the normal YouTube stuff, you know, a like, subscription, bell, share, and all that good stuff. But anyways, I'm just going to be quiet already. Hopefully you guys go on to enjoy this video, but I'm going to be quiet and I'll let you guys enjoy.
Well, don't look at me for answers. I've officially washed my hands of trying to do the right thing. We're all in the culpable hands of Nikolai. Big round of applause, please.
Oh, don't give me that crap. You were the one who handed the damn book to Nikolai. You must have had a pretty good reason.
So now that we've all had a chance to settle in, does anyone have any idea why we're here? I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, but it's all a bit drab and depressing, isn't it?
Despite all that's happened to us, you're not much of a team player, are you, Richtofen? More a my way or the highway kind of guy, right?
Oh yeah, I remember. Something about an elemental shard. Hooray for Nikolai. He always takes us on such fun days out.
Hey, I ain't overjoyed with the situation either, Richtofen. But frankly, it looks a lot sweeter than some of the places you dragged us to. Something about this place. Maybe it's the sky, maybe it's the air. Whatever it is, kind of reminds me of home.
Ooh, not often we go poking around in your country's business, is it, Dempsey? Ha ha! Aha.
So, let's get down to business. What was it Nikolai said we were here for? Some kind of artifact?
Yeah, the elemental shard. Though why Nikolai wants it, I don't know. He's never shown much interest in such things before.
Okay, I think I got it. Even with Nikolai calling the shots, it's just business as fucked up usual.
Oh, Dempsey, aren't you in the least bit eager to help Nikolai save your eternal soul? If not your soul, then surely that big, beefy body of yours. I'm very sorry that it's come to this, Dempsey. I mean, I would have loved to have got to this point without having you and Takeo's souls in limbo.
Yeah, about that whole soul hole. How come I don't feel any different without it?
What it feels like to have lost your soul, especially at a young age, is a tragedy I do not particularly want to recount.
Your soul. Well, there's a question. You said you collected it at Doris, but you lied. You bagged your soul way before I did.
Like I said, Dempsey, let's not dwell on the past. It's all blood under the bridge.
What I want to know is why you passed the book to Nikolai. Why did Mr. German Bossy Boots suddenly decide he didn't want to be in charge after all?
This really is quite an excellent facade of a typical American suburb. It's got everything. Houses, yards, secret facilities.
We fought our way out of a literal Hellcatraz, Richtofen, where you look scared shitless for the first time. Question is, why?
He'd gotten a few things wrong, that's all. Silly old me. Too emotional. Anyway, I had to... step in.
Something's off with you, Richtofen. More than usual. But I'm damned if I can remember what it is.
Well, don't look at me for answers. I've officially washed my hands of trying to do the right thing. We're all in the culpable hands of Nikolai. Big round of applause, please.
Do not mock me, Richtofen. You of all people should understand gravity of situation and what is at stake.
So now that we've all had a chance to settle in, does anyone have any idea why we're here? I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, but it's all a bit drab and depressing, isn't it?
Looks can be deceiving, Richtofen. Sometimes, maybe this time, there is more than meets eye.
Oh yeah, I remember. Something about an elemental shard. Hooray for Nikolai! He always takes us on such fun days out.
You would not be so mocking if you knew what I have seen, Richtofen. You would cower in fear and beg for his mercy. Comrades, today is glorious new day. We are here to change destiny for better. Not just our own, but that of whole world.
Nicely done, Nikolai. I think you exuded just the right amount of confidence. Especially knowing that you must be holding in lots of juicy secrets.
We are here for one reason. To find elemental shard. It is artifact that will be essential on next phase of journey.
Well said, Nikolai. I like how you clearly laid out our goals for the day. I'm sure everyone finds it very refreshing.
Please, comrades, we must be united. At least show same trust in me as you have all shown to Richtofen. That is all I ask.
Is that a dig at me, Nikolai? I'd ask you to remember that I'm the only reason you weren't all wiped from existence. Wow. Talk about ungrateful.
Are you really going to observe from sidelines, Richtofen? Are you really going to let me decide how we move forward?
Well, it's not really you doing the deciding, is it, Nikolai? It's pretty much all down to the chronorium.
Though book tells me what will happen if events play out as intended, it is my choice what to do with that information.
Ooh, look at you, Nikolai. Getting all power-hungry and maybe a little too big for your britches?
I know why you and Book chose me, Richtofen. I am only one among us who knows for sure he has a soul.
Well, maybe souls are overrated, Nikolai. Look at me. I've not had mine for a very long time, and I'm positively delightful.
Though Chronorium showed me all of my past and future, it did not tell me everything of yours.
Yeah, quite the head-scratcher, isn't it, Nikolai? Just wait until you start wrestling with the unpredictabilities of free will.
I am aware of complications, but I will not waver from this path. There will be no more cheating, no more deceit, Richtofen.
Certainly not from me, Nikolai. I've been around the block far too many times to try and wriggle out of our big finale now. Well, don't look at me for answers. I've officially washed my hands of trying to do the right thing. We're all in the culpable hands of Nikolai. Big round of applause, please.
Nikolai has been walking a path to enlightenment for a long time. I believe he may be approaching his destination.
So now that we've all had a chance to settle in, does anyone have any idea why we're here? I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, but it's all a bit drab and depressing, isn't it?
Nikolai seems convinced of the book's accuracy. He would not have brought us here without good reason.
Oh yeah, I remember. Something about an elemental shard. Hooray for Nikolai! He always takes us on such fun days out.
Something has changed in you, Richtofen. You no longer have the fire in your eyes that I saw in the castle, or even the island. A new dawn, A fresh start. A chance, perhaps, to finally undo the sins of the past. To help our souls find peace.
Those were deeply soulful words, Takeo, which is particularly impressive given that your soul is currently MIA. Sorry, too soon.
The book told us what we must do. Secure the elemental shard. This I remember clearly. It will be the next step of an unknown walk.
Glad to hear that, Takeo. Nothing worse than being forgetful. And we all know how easily that can happen in our situation.
Tread carefully, allies. I believe there is much more to this make-believe facility than meets the eye.
I think it looks very boring. Just think of the exciting places I used to take you. You love that castle, Takeo. Obviously, the Division 9 thing didn't help with the homesickness quite the way I hoped it would. I think Nikolai is going to do a splendid job. Don't you, Takeo?
Why do I think you are avoiding certain subjects, Richtofen?
Ha! What could I possibly be avoiding, Takeo? I've been so transparent lately, I'm practically invisible.
That remains to be seen. When we were in the prison, you were fearful. Fearful of what you thought was to come.
Why are we even talking about this, Takeo? It all worked out perfectly. We beat the warden and escaped our seemingly eternal purgatory. Yay!
That is not what I remember, Richtofen. Something in your story does not add up.
Goodness me, Takeo, you're very paranoid. Next thing you'll be asking me about blood vials. Never mind my ramblings, Takeo. I get confused sometimes. There's so much to do. A vessel for Maxis, the opening of the gateway. 9! I am getting confused!
Damn these 115-induced delusions.
Comrades, today is glorious new day. We are here to change destiny for better. Not just our own, but that of whole world.
So, you're in charge now, Nikolai. Ah, boy, this should be interesting. You gonna try being less cryptic than Richtofen?
We are here for one reason. To find Elemental Shard. It is artifact that will be essential on next phase of journey.
So, I'm guessing that's a no on the less cryptic than Richtofen front. Elemental freaking shard. Next freaking phase. Please.
Please, comrades, we must be united. At least show same trust in me as you have all shown to Richtofen. That is all I ask.
Easy for you to say, Nick. You're the only one whose soul isn't MIA right now. Something about this place. Maybe it's the sky, maybe it's the air. Whatever it is, kinda reminds me of home.
It is home, Dempsey. Untied States of America. Nevada. Very hot. Like evil Siberia.
So, let's get down to business. What was it Nikolai said we were here for? Some kind of artifact?
I am right here, Dempsey. As I have told you several times, we are here to find the Elemental Shard.
Okay, I think I got it. Even with Nikolai calling the shots, it's just business as fucked up usual.
However much you make light of situation, Dempsey, I know that you know we have to follow this path. Do you recognize layout of facility, Dempsey?
Just because I'm American, you think I know my way around? Draw me a map of fucking Stalingrad.
Do you know how long you are trapped inside Cycle, Dempsey?
Depends what you mean by cycle. The constant and seemingly never-ending battle against the undead?
Your memory shifts and blurs, forgetting or remembering different events.
Yeah, I think Richtofen always said it was our exposure to the 115. Causes our brains to go fritzy. Pardon the pun. Hang on a minute. Go back to what you were saying earlier. How long have I been trapped in what cycle?
You have lived it over and over. Sent back to Great War countless times. Always doomed to fall.
So how's that different to you? Ain't you been around the same hellish merry-go-round?
No, because I still have my soul. This is my first time. Comrades, today is glorious new day. We are here to change destiny for better. Not just our own, but that of whole world.
I hope your plans include the preservation of our eternal souls, Nikolai. Whatever may become of us, ultimately, I would at least like to be at rest.
We are here for one reason, to find Elemental Shard. It is artifact that will be essential on next phase of journey.
Will you share what else the Chronorium revealed? What exactly is the next phase of our journey?
Please, comrades, we must be united. At least show same trust in me as you have all shown to Richtofen. That is all I ask.
It is reassuring and inspiring to hear you speak from the heart, Nikolai. A new dawn, a fresh start, a chance, perhaps, to finally undo the sins of the past, to help our souls find peace.
I am honored by your faith in our mission, Takio. I am proud to call you ally and friend.
The book told us what we must do. Secure the Elemental Shard. This I remember clearly. It will be the next step of an unknown walk.
Takio. That is what must do, but it will not be easy. I wish I could forewarn you of what is to come, but I cannot.
Tread carefully, allies. I believe there is much more to this make-believe facility than meets the eye.
We will be here for a while, Takio. We will explore everything. Besides finding Shard, there are other things that need to be uncovered.
Nikolai, I know you are unlikely to explain any further than Richtofen ever did. But please, tell me how these other...
Other us, Takio? The other versions of us? They are very much part of our destiny.
I am wary of what trouble two Richtofens could spell. It feels very much like a double jeopardy.
I know what you mean, Takio. But you have to believe me when I say that I am watching them both very closely.
As we search to reclaim our souls, I do wonder if either Richtofen ever had one to lose.
Believe it or not, Takio, what I have seen of Chronorium makes me think German may have lost more than we will ever know. As before, our alliance is fragile, Takio. I hope you will help us keep it from breaking apart.
Our greatest strength has always been our unity, Nikolai. Even in our darkest hour, we have stood shoulder to shoulder, united.
Thank you, Takio. I hope I can repay you for your unwavering support and loyalty.
We have always been guided by the spirits, Nikolai. I believe they are leading us to our final destination.
Something about this place. Maybe it's the sky, maybe it's the air. Whatever it is, kind of reminds me of home.
Home? I fear I no longer remember mine. It is a long and twisted journey we have taken.
So, let's get down to business. What was it Nikolai said we were here for? Some kind of artifact?
I believe Nikolai is only giving us a sketch of what lays ahead of us. Perhaps for good reason.
Okay, I think I got it. Even with Nikolai calling the shots, it's just business as fucked up usual.
Remember, Dempsey, both our souls are at stake. Perhaps even Richtofen's too. If indeed such a thing exists. A new dawn, a fresh start, a chance, perhaps, to finally undo the sins of the past. To help our souls find peace.
I hope so, Takeo. Because you and I have got one major thing in common. And it's something we both ain't got. Our souls!
The book told us what we must do. Secure the Elemental Shard. This I remember clearly. It will be the next step of an unknown walk.
Now that I think about it, much as I'm glad to see another me up and about, has he got a soul? Or is it just one between all of us?
Tread carefully, allies. I believe there is much more to this make-believe facility than meets the eye.
Ain't getting any disagreement from me, Tak. Reckon this whole thing's a front for something else. And I'm betting it ain't a cat house. Hey, Tak, we got more skin in this game than most. How you seeing the table?
I am not sure of what table you speak of, Dempsey.
Me and you and me. We both got scooped up into the summoning key, and I ain't heard anyone say diddly about getting us out.
I see your point. Say diddly, indeed. Nikolai still has his soul. How do you think that will come into play?
If I'm honest, Tak, I'm not sure how much of Nikolai's soul's left anyway. Seems like he tried to drown it long ago. There's a lot at stake here, Tak. Especially with another Richtofen in the mix.
Another Richtofen, indeed. Can we be sure that Ida is the one who led us to deliver our souls to the summoning key?
Now you mention it, my memories of getting out of that prison are pretty hazy.
There may be forces at play that have not yet made themselves known. We should be wary. Really wary.